Oregon Real Estate Exam. Question 1. An insurance policy which combines personal liability insurance and hazard insurance coverage for a dwelling and its contents is called? Option A. Homeowner's insurance. Option B. Buyer's insurance. Option C. Errors and omissions insurance. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option A. Homeowner's insurance. Homeowner's insurance combines personal liability and hazard coverage for the dwelling and its contents, ensuring comprehensive protection. Question 2. What is the status of a contract when all the terms have been fulfilled and the transaction has been closed? Option A. Fully executed. Option B. Terminated. Option C. Voidable. Option D. Unenforceable. The correct answer is option A. Fully executed. When all terms are fulfilled and closed, it is fully executed, meaning both parties have performed their obligations and are released from further obligations. Question 3. A buyer submits a full price offer on a property listed in the MLS. The seller rejects the offer without making a counteroffer. Which of the following is true? Option A. The seller must still pay commission. Option B. The seller has no obligation to accept any offer, even if it's at full price. Option C. The buyer can sue for specific performance. Option D. The listing agreement automatically terminates. The correct answer is option B. The seller has no obligation to accept any offer, even if it's at full price. The listing price is an invitation to make an offer, not a binding contract. The seller has the right to reject any offer for any reason. Question 4. Agent Greg lists a home and knows the property has a cracked foundation but chooses not to disclose it. The seller also knows and chooses not to disclose it. After closing, the buyer sues. Who is likely liable? Option A. Only the seller. Option B. The buyer. Option C. The seller and the listing agent Greg for failure to disclose a material fact. Option D. No one. The correct answer is option C. The seller and the listing agent Greg for failure to disclose a material fact. Agents have a duty to disclose all known material defects. If the agent knew and failed to disclose it, they can be held liable along with the seller for misrepresentation or fraud. Question 5. Linda purchased a fee simple interest for the private use of a residential property for 1 week every single year. What did Linda purchase? Option A. Shares in a cooperative building. Option B. A condominium. Option C. Common elements. Option D. Resort timeshare. The correct answer is option D. Resort timeshare. Vacation timeshare resorts sell a fee simple form of ownership for the private and exclusive use of a unit for 1 week a year. Question 6. Agent Alex is showing homes to a buyer. He tells his buyer that a home is the best investment in the neighborhood even though it has a history of flooding. What is this an example of? Option A. Puffing. Option B. Negligence. Option C. A fraudulent misrepresentation. Option D. Honest opinion. The correct answer is option C. Fraudulent misrepresentation. While puffing is an exaggerated subjective statement, calling it the best investment while knowing of a major issue like flooding crosses into fraudulent misrepresentation. Question 7. What type of ownership would allow 2 or more owners to have various unequal percentages of ownership? Option A. Joint tenancy with rights of survivorship. Option B. Joint tenancy. Option C. Tenancy in common. Option D. Tenancy and severalty. The correct answer is option C. Tenancy in common. Tenancy in common grants owners an undivided interest in a property but also allows for owners to have varying, unequal percentages of ownership. Question 8. Tenancy and severalty is best described as? Option A. 2 property owners. Option B. 1 property owner. Option C. More than 2 property owners. Option D. Property owned by a corporation. The correct answer is option B. 1 property owner. When one single person is the sole owner of a property, severing all other owners, it is known as tenancy and severalty. Question 9. Which of the following is not one of the 4 land use controls? Option A. A police power. Option B. Interstate. Option C. Eminent domain. Option D. Taxation implied. The correct answer is option B. Interstate. The four public land use controls in real estate are police power, escheat, eminent domain, and taxation. Question 10. A seller tells their listing agent Susan that they want to accept an offer, but first they need 24 hours to think it over. During that time, Susan receives a better offer. What should Susan do? Option A, hold the better offer. Option B, accept the better offer. Option C, present the new offer to the seller immediately. Option D, let the current offer know. The correct answer is option C, present the new offer to the seller immediately. Agents must present all offers to their clients promptly, regardless of timing or prior interest, and cannot make decisions on the seller's behalf. Question 11. A tenant signs a lease that states the landlord is not responsible for any injuries occurring on the property. The tenant is injured due to the landlord's failure to fix a known hazard. Can the landlord be held liable? Option A, no. Option B, only if. Option C, yes, because landlords can't waive responsibility for negligence. Option D, only if. The correct answer is option C, yes, because landlords can't waive responsibility for negligence. Even if a lease states otherwise, landlords cannot legally waive liability for negligence if they fail to fix a known hazard. Question 12. Listing agent Judy is hosting an open house. A buyer asks why are they selling. Judy replies they're getting a divorce and the husband moved out already, so they need to sell quick. What is this considered? Option A, acceptable. Option B, a violation of fiduciary duty of loyalty and confidentiality. Option C, required disclosure. Option D, part of full transparency. The correct answer is option B, a violation of fiduciary duty of loyalty and confidentiality. Disclosing personal information without permission can harm the seller's negotiating position and violates the agent's fiduciary duty of confidentiality. Question 13. A seller accepts an offer. 2 days later, a much better offer comes in. The seller wants to accept the new offer instead. What are their options? Option A, accept both. Option B, accept the second offer as a backup. Option C, withdraw from the first contract immediately. Option D is sue the second buyer. The correct answer is option B, accept the second offer as a backup. Once a seller accepts an offer, they are legally obligated to that agreement, but they may accept a backup offer in case the first contract falls through. Question 14. A buyer signs a purchase agreement and later learns the home is in a flood zone. The seller disclosed this in writing, but the buyer says they missed it. What are the buyer's rights? Option A, the contract is void. Option B, the buyer is bound to the contract unless a relevant contingency still applies. Option C, the buyer can cancel without penalty. Option D, the seller is liable. The correct answer is option B, the buyer is bound to the contract unless a relevant contingency still applies. If the seller disclosed it, the buyer is still bound unless an inspection or disclosure contingency allows them to cancel. Question 15. Paul owns an older residential property in an area now zoned for commercial use. Paul decides to renovate the home into a laundromat. This is an example of what? Option A, highest and best use. Option B, substitution. Option C, assemblage. Option D, conformity. The correct answer is option A, highest and best use. Transitioning the property into an income-producing business is an example of putting the property to its highest and best use. Question 16. Listing agent Sally receives a full-price cash offer. The offer expires in 24 hours, but Sally cannot reach the seller for 48 hours. What is the agent's obligation? Option A, discard the offer. Option B, retain the offer and present it as soon as possible. Option C, accept the offer. Option D, automatically counter. The correct answer is option B, retain the offer and present it as soon as possible. Agents have a duty to promptly present all offers, and if the seller is unavailable, must retain it and present it at the first opportunity. Question 17. Buyer Sam purchased a rundown home in a neighborhood with well-kept properties to renovate it. Considering the nicer homes help raise his property value, what appraisal principle is he leveraging? Option A, regression. Option B, progression. Option C, assemblage. Option D, substitution. The correct answer is option B, progression. Progression is the principle where a dilapidated property gains value when surrounding properties are well kept. Question 18. During the appraisal process, the appraiser will never adjust the price of the option A. Appraisal. Option B. Comps. Option C. Subject property. Option D. Land. The correct answer is option C. Subject property. The appraiser adjusts the value of the comparables, but never the value of the subject property itself. Question 19. While working on an appraisal report, appraiser Jake finds that the comparable property is superior to the subject property with more amenities. How will Jake make adjustments? Option A. Subtract value from comparable. Option B. Add value to subject. Option C. Subtract value from subject. Option D. A value to comparable. The correct answer is option A. Subtract value from comparable. When a comparable is superior, the appraiser subtracts value from the comparable to find the probable price the subject will sell for. Question 20. If you appreciate this material, what is the best way you can help support this channel? Option A. Simply hit the like button. Option B. Leave a comment. Option C. Purchase our exclusive exam prep. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option A. Simply hit the like button. Question 21. Agent Homer is representing a buyer and discovers a new major power plant is being built near the home. What must Homer do? Option A. Say nothing. Option B. Inform the buyer immediately. Option C. Ask the seller to disclose it. Option D. Wait for the buyer to discover it. The correct answer is option B. Inform the buyer immediately. Even off-site factors are material facts that affect value and desirability, and must be disclosed to the buyer. Question 22. Which of the following is an example of commingling? Option A. Withholding material facts. Option B. Depositing earnest money into the broker's personal account. Option C. Refusing to present multiple offers. Option D. Charging excessive commissions. The correct answer is option B. Depositing earnest money into the broker's personal account. Commingling occurs when a broker mixes client funds with personal or business funds. Question 23. Which one of the following loan types does not require a down payment? Option A. VA loan. Option B. Conventional loan. Option C. Bridge loan. Option D. FHA loan. The correct answer is option A. VA loan. Loans backed by the VA are offered to qualifying veterans and do not require a down payment. Question 24. Discount points lower the interest rate over the life of the loan. What is the cost of discount points based on? Option A. The down payment required. Option B. The appraised property value. Option C. The loan amount. Option D. The sales price. The correct answer is option C. The loan amount. Discount points are figured as a percentage of the loan amount, with 1 point equaling 1% of the loan amount. Question 25. FHA loans require borrowers to provide protection to the lender in case of default. What must the borrower pay for? Option A. A credit life insurance. Option B. A homeowner's insurance. Option C. Mortgage insurance premium. Option D. Title insurance. The correct answer is option C. Mortgage insurance premium. Borrowers are required to pay both an upfront and an annual monthly mortgage insurance premium, MIP. Question 26. When a lender denies a mortgage application solely based on the racial demographics of the neighborhood, the lender is guilty of option A. Steering. Option B. Redlining. Option C. Mortgage fraud. Option D. Panic selling. The correct answer is option B. Redlining. Redlining is denying loans based on the racial demographics of a neighborhood, which is a Fair Housing Act violation. Question 27. Terry will have his conventional loan paid off in 17 years instead of 30. Which term could charge Terry an extra fee for paying off early? Option A. Interest fee. Option B. Escalation clause. Option C. Subordination clause. Option D. Prepayment penalty. The correct answer is option D. Prepayment penalty. A prepayment penalty clause allows a lender to charge additional fees for paying off a loan early, not allowed on government loans. Question 28. A tenant calls their property manager about a broken heater, which is ignored for weeks during winter. What could happen? Option A, the tenant can buy a new heater. Option B, the tenant can report the issue and possibly terminate the lease. Option C, the tenant must wait. Option D, the manager has no obligation. The correct answer is option B, the tenant can report the issue and possibly terminate the lease. Failure to provide essential services like heat may constitute a constructive eviction. Question 29. What is the special account called where a lender places a portion of each payment to pay property taxes? Option A, escrow account. Option B, mortgage account. Option C, interest account. Option D, savings account. The correct answer is option A, escrow account. To ensure no tax liens are placed on the collateral, lenders put a portion of each payment into an escrow account. Question 30. Which loan type would have the highest down payment? Option A, rural development loan. Option B, conventional loan. Option C, VA loan. Option D, FHA loan. The correct answer is option B, conventional loan. Conventional loans typically require 10 to 20% down, whereas government loans like FHA require 3 to 5%, and VA/rural loans require no down payment. Question 31. Mortgages that are escrowed break down the monthly payment into PITI, which stands for Option A, Principal Investment Taxes Insurance. Option B, Payment Interest Taxes Investment. Option C, Principal Interest Taxes Insurance. Option D, Prepayment Insurance Taxes Investment. The correct answer is option C, Principal Interest Taxes Insurance. PITI breaks down the monthly payment to protect the lender's collateral from tax liens or uninsured losses. Question 32. Agent Anna shows a home to buyers whom she does not have a buyer's agency agreement with. The buyers are Option A, clients. Option B, fiduciaries. Option C, principals. Option D, customers. The correct answer is option D, customers. Customers are the third parties an agent works with, not for, during a transaction while representing a principal. Question 33. What duty requires a licensee to follow the principal's orders as long as they are not unethical or illegal? Option A, obedience. Option B, accountability. Option C, disclosure. Option D, honesty. The correct answer is option A, obedience. The duty of obedience requires the agent to obey the principal's wishes as long as they are legal and ethical. Question 34. Melissa went on a listing appointment and the sellers were asking legal questions she felt certain she knew the answers to. What should she do? Option A, suggest they seek legal counsel. Option B, answer the questions. Option C, tell them she will find out. Option D, tell them she doesn't know. The correct answer is option A, suggest they seek legal counsel. An agent can never give legal advice without a license to do so. Question 35. Agent Terry lists a property under market value, sells it to his brother Mark without disclosing the relationship, and splits the profit. This is an example of Option A, wholesaling. Option B, creative agency. Option C, stealing. Option D is self-dealing. The correct answer is option D, self-dealing. Self-dealing is an intentional misrepresentation of an agent's relationship and interest in a transaction. Question 36. Agent Paula finds a buyer, the seller accepts the offer, but 1 week prior to closing the seller decides not to sell. What happens? Option A, Paula's broker owes her. Option B, the buyer owes Paul. Option C, Paula did not earn. Option D, the seller owes Paul a commission. The correct answer is option D, the seller owes Paul a commission. By bringing a ready, willing, and able buyer, the agent earned their commission, and the seller pays if they default. Question 37. A property is exposed to a free market and sells to an unrelated buyer. This is considered a Option A, fair market value. Option B, sale under duress. Option C, arm's length transaction. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, arm's length transaction. An open market sale to unrelated parties acting in self-interest is an arm's-length transaction. Question 38. How is real estate defined? Option A, land and all items. Option B, land including water, air, and improvements. Option C, property sold. Option D, commercial property. The correct answer is option B, land including water, air, and improvements. Real estate is defined as land, water, air, and the improvements attached to the land. Question 39. A fence extending onto the land of a neighbor is called an option A, encumbrance. Option B, easement. Option C, encroachment. Option D, cadet. The correct answer is option C, encroachment. An encroachment happens when an improvement or fixture intrudes upon an adjoining property. Question 40. Marvin owns an easement to use his neighbor's driveway. Marvin's property is considered the option A, servant estate. Option B, life estate. Option C, dominant estate. Option D, a freehold estate. The correct answer is option C, dominant estate. The property that benefits from an easement to another parcel is called the dominant estate. Question 41. Which of the following must be disclosed to prospective buyers under federal law? Option A, previous occupant died. Option B, a presence of lead-based paint in homes built before 1978. Option C, nearby foreclosures. Option D, previously listed. The correct answer is option B, presence of lead-based paint in homes built before 1978. Under the Federal Residential Lead-Based Paint Hazard Reduction Act, sellers must disclose known lead paint in pre-1978 homes. Question 42. A property manager's owner tells them to reject all applicants with children. What should the manager do? Option A, comply. Option B, refuse and explain that this violates fair housing laws. Option C, follow quietly. Option D, approve only those without. The correct answer is option B, refuse and explain that this violates fair housing laws. Familial status is a protected class, and refusing rent to applicants with children is illegal discrimination. Question 43. What is the accumulation of land caused by the natural flow of water called? Option A, erosion. Option B, accretion. Option C, evulsion. Option D, alluvion. The correct answer is option B, accretion. Accretion is the accumulation of soil that collects over time due to natural water flow. Question 44. Donnie leaves his home to his wife, but after her passing it goes to his son Logan. What type of interest does Logan have? Option A, life tenant estate. Option B, life estate. Option C, remainder man. Option D, leasehold. The correct answer is option C, remainder man. A remainder man has a third-party interest that reverts to them when a life tenant passes away. Question 45. Agent Matt is listing a 1965 home. What disclosure should the seller complete? Option A, lead-based paint disclosure. Option B, mold disclosure. Option C, radon disclosure. Option D, asbestos disclosure. The correct answer is option A, lead-based paint disclosure. Properties built before 1978 require buyers to receive a lead-based paint disclosure. Question 46. The form a seller completes covering the components of the home and their knowledge of its condition is the option A, home inspection report. Option B, a seller's condition report. Option C, listing amendment. Option D, a seller's disclosure. The correct answer is option D, seller's disclosure. This form allows a seller to convey what they know regarding their property's updates or required repairs. Question 47. Buyers waived a home inspection. Ductwork fell in the crawl space, but the seller had no idea it had happened. Is the seller at fault? Option A, yes. Option B, no, the seller had no knowledge of the issue. Option C, yes. Option D, yes. The correct answer is option B, no, the seller had no knowledge of the issue. A seller's disclosure is not a warranty, they can only disclose what they are actually aware of. Question 48. A buyer waives inspection, but later discovers termite damage the seller knew about but failed to disclose. Can the buyer take legal action? Option A, no. Option B, yes, if the seller failed to disclose known defects. Option C, no. Option D, only if. The correct answer is option B, yes, if the seller failed to disclose known defects. Waiving inspection does not excuse a seller from disclosing known material defects, and they can be liable for fraud. Question 49. A buyer's inspection finds roof issues the seller was unaware of, and the buyer terminates the contract. What should the seller do? Option A, drop the price. Option B, update the seller's disclosure to include the roof issues. Option C, make future buyers aware. Option D, must repair. The correct answer is option B, update the seller's disclosure to include the roof issues. Once the seller is aware of the repair needed, the disclosure must be updated prior to new prospective buyers receiving it. Question 50. In which type of transaction would the seller's property disclosure generally not be required? Option A, residential arm's length. Option B, a triplex. Option C, residential foreclosure. Option D, mobile home. The correct answer is option C, residential foreclosure. Foreclosures are exempt because the seller is the lender, having little to no actual knowledge of the property specifics. Question 51. It's exam day, you have no idea what the answer is, what should you do? Option A, don't back down. Option B, random guess. Option C, skip it and answer the questions you know, then come back and try to eliminate. Option D, leave a comment. The correct answer is option C, skip it and answer the questions you know, then come back and try to eliminate. Skipping to known questions and using the process of elimination is the best strategy. Question 52. A listing agreement in writing creates which form of agency? Option A, negligent. Option B, implied. Option C, express agency. Option D, ostensible. The correct answer is option C, express agency. A written agreement creates expressed agency because the relationship is expressly stated in writing. Question 53. A deed restriction prohibiting the conveyance of a property to a member of a protected class is? Option A, legal. Option B, is not legal, considered void and unenforceable. Option C, will stand. Option D, valid. The correct answer is option B, is not legal, considered void and unenforceable. In compliance with fair housing regulations, discriminatory deed restrictions are void and unenforceable. Question 54. A fiduciary who holds or controls property for the benefit of another is called? Option A, a trustee. Option B, a grantor. Option C, a beneficiary. Option D, a grantee. The correct answer is option A, a trustee. A trustee holds or controls property in a fiduciary capacity for someone else's benefit. Question 55. A contract between two parties both giving a promise for a promise is called? Option A, unilateral. Option B, bilateral contract. Option C, special. Option D, collusion. The correct answer is option B, bilateral contract. When two parties make promises to each other to perform, it is a bilateral contract. Question 56. Shane offers an open listing to all local brokers, offering a 3% commission to whoever brings a buyer. What type of contract is this? Option A, bilateral. Option B, unenforceable. Option C, void. Option D, unilateral contract. The correct answer is option D, unilateral contract. A unilateral contract is formed when only one party agrees to perform under certain circumstances. Question 57. To be enforceable, real estate contracts must be in writing according to the Option A, Real Estate Commission. Option B, Statute of Frauds. Option C, Federal Real Estate Act. Option D, Sherman Antitrust Act. The correct answer is option B, Statute of Frauds. The Statute of Frauds mandates that real estate contracts and the transfer of property must be in writing to be enforceable. Question 58. Which of the following is not a requirement to enter into a real estate contract? Option A, parties must be U.S. citizens. Option B, proper authority. Option C, mentally competent. Option D, legal age. The correct answer is option A, parties must be U.S. citizens. Parties must be of legal age, competent, and have authority, but they do not have to be U.S. citizens. Question 59. A valid contract must contain valuable consideration, which means option A, no personal property. Option B, cash only. Option C, something clearly offered for something else in exchange. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, something clearly offered for something else in exchange. A valid contract requires a two-party exchange of valuable consideration and performance. Question 60. To convey ownership, a contract must include option A, surface rights. Option B, a legal description. Option C, rights of survivorship. Option D, the full bundle of rights. The correct answer is option B, a legal description. A contract needs a legal description to describe the geographic location of the property so it is identifiable. Question 61. Which of the following is not a requirement for a contract to be valid and enforceable? Option A, competent parties. Option B, authority. Option C, notarization. Option D, a valuable consideration. The correct answer is option C, notarization. The required components include competent parties, legal purpose, voluntary mutual consent, and valuable consideration. Notarization is not required for validity. Question 62. Being forced into a contract by intimidation or coercion is called option A, bullying. Option B, duress. Option C is stress. Option D is strongarming. The correct answer is option B, duress. Being forced into a contract by coercion is known as acting under duress. Question 63. A contract that does not have all necessary elements is option A, valid. Option B, void. Option C, enforceable. Option D, legally binding. The correct answer is option B, void. A contract lacking necessary elements is void and unenforceable by either party. Question 64. A contract specifies $1,000 in monetary damages if breached. This is referred to as option A, retainer fee. Option B, breach fine. Option C, liquidated damages. Option D, list pendant. The correct answer is option C, liquidated damages. A specified amount of compensation paid upon a breach of contract is referred to as liquidated damages. Question 65. Prior to closing, when contract terms are in the process of being completed, the contract is option A, escrow, executory. Option B, amended. Option C, rescind. Option D, list pendant. The correct answer is option A, escrow, executory. A contract in the process of being completed is executory. Question 66. A person makes an offer, but waits to present it to the seller later. Two more offers come in. What must happen? Option A, void. Option B, must be presented alongside the other offers to allow the seller to make a fair choice. Option C, must wait. Option D, must be presented first. The correct answer is option B, must be presented alongside the other offers to allow the seller to make a fair choice. Under the rule of agency, all offers must be presented to the seller. Question 67. A seller had a termite treatment 6 months ago, but no active infestation exists. What should the agent do? Option A, omit. Option B, advise the seller not to mention it. Option C, or recommend disclosing the previous treatment anyway. Option D, tell buyers only if they ask. The correct answer is option C, recommend disclosing the previous treatment anyway. Prior treatment is a material fact to some buyers, and disclosing it avoids future disputes or claims of misrepresentation. Question 68. A broker instructs their licensee to skip disclosing a minor mold problem. What should the licensee do? Option A, follow instructions. Option B, disclose the mold problem to all parties. Option C, remain silent. Option D, disclose after close. The correct answer is option B, disclose the mold problem to all parties. Agents are legally required to disclose material defects regardless of a broker's instructions. Failing to do so can lead to disciplinary action. Question 69. A buyer asks their buyer's agent how much to offer on another brokerage's listing. What can the agent legally do? Option A, contact seller. Option B, provide a comparative market analysis and offer advice. Option C, withhold opinion. Option D, call listing agent. The correct answer is option B, provide a comparative market analysis and offer advice. A buyer's agent represents the buyer and can provide professional pricing guidance and a CMA. Question 70. A buyer offers cryptocurrency. What must both parties ensure before closing? Option A, wallet secure. Option B, that the title company accepts cryptocurrency. Option C, agent paid in cash. Option D, loan contingency in effect. The correct answer is option B, that the title company accepts cryptocurrency. Both parties must ensure service providers, like the title or escrow company, are willing and equipped to handle cryptocurrency transactions. Question 71. A property management contract should include all of the following except: Option A, signatures of the owner and licensee. Option B, duration. Option C, signature of the tenant. Option D, management fee. The correct answer is option C, signature of the tenant. The management agreement is an employment contract between the owner and agent. A tenant signs the lease, not the management agreement. Question 72. Which of the following are ways to voluntarily transfer title? Option A, sales contract. Option B, will grant deed. Option C, title certificate. Option D. The correct answer is option B, will grant deed. Title can be voluntarily transferred by a will, grant, or deed. Question 73. When someone passes away with a valid will in place, it is referred to as: Option A, testate. Option B, intestate. Option C, CET. Option D, appurtenant. The correct answer is option A, testate. Testate is the term used when a person passes away with a valid will. Question 74. What does the term sheet, escheat, refer to? Option A, a transferring trust. Option B, quitclaim deed. Option C, reversion of property to the government. Option D, distribution. The correct answer is option C, reversion of property to the government. Escheat is the legal process where real estate reverts to the government when no heirs are identified. Question 75. Which of the following is a voluntary lien? Option A, mortgage. Option B, judgment. Option C, child support lien. Option D, tax lien. The correct answer is option A, mortgage. A mortgage is placed voluntarily on the property and is not forced by the courts. Question 76. An recorded easement on a title is an example of an: Option A, encroachment. Option B, estoppel. Option C, encumbrance. Option D, equitable title. The correct answer is option C, encumbrance. An encumbrance is a limitation placed on a title, such as a lien, lease, or easement. Question 77. Escrow uses what legal instrument to transfer real property at closing? Option A, a title certificate. Option B, deed. Option C, bill of sale. Option D, settlement statement. The correct answer is option B, deed. A deed is the legal instrument used at closing to transfer real property from seller to buyer. Question 78. What type of title bears the most protection for the property owner? Option A, quitclaim. Option B, sheriff's. Option C, warranty deed. Option D, a beneficiary. The correct answer is option C, warranty deed. A warranty deed gives the most protection, including the guarantee of season, encumbrances, quiet enjoyment, and warranty forever. Question 79. On closing day, who signs the deed to transfer property? Option A, buyer. Option B, the seller. Option C, buyer and seller. Option D is seller and escrow agent. The correct answer is option B, the seller. Only the seller, grantor, is required to execute the deed to convey the property to the buyer. Question 80. Agents discussing setting a fixed commission rate violates what act? Option A, Homestead Act. Option B, Fair Housing Act. Option C, ADA Act. Option D, Sherman Anti-Rust Act. The correct answer is option D, Sherman Anti-Rust Act. Price fixing among agents is a violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act. Question 81. What duty requires an agent to place the client's best interest above all others? Option A, honesty. Option B, loyalty. Option C, respect. Option D, obedience. The correct answer is option B, loyalty. The duty of loyalty requires the agent to put the client's best interest above all others. Question 82. A seller tells their agent their basement leaks occasionally but insists not to mention it. Which is true? Option A, be obedient. Option B, trust client. Option C, Shelley cannot withhold known material facts. Option D, only mention if asked. The correct answer is option C, Shelley cannot withhold known material facts. Withholding a material fact is illegal, and an agent does not have to obey the seller if it involves an illegal act. Question 83. If an agent is accused of puffing, what does that mean? Option A, fraud. Option B, lies. Option C, misrepresentation. Option D, exaggeration. The correct answer is option D, exaggeration. Puffing is an exaggerated opinion, example, gorgeous view, that does not constitute misrepresentation of a material fact. Question 84. Describing the type of buyer desired in advertising is considered? Option A, the descriptive. Option B, the discriminatory. Option C, target marketing. Option D, effective. The correct answer is option B, discriminatory. Describing the desired type of buyer violates fair housing laws and is discriminatory. Question 85. Buyers want to purchase their agent's listing without written permission from all parties. This creates option A, a single agency. Option B, dual agency. Option C, specific agency. Option D, undisclosed dual agency. The correct answer is option D, undisclosed dual agency. Representing both parties without disclosing the relationship and obtaining written agreement creates undisclosed dual agency. Question 86. How do the 2024 commission changes affect buyer-agent fees? Option A, fixed fees. Option B, standard 3%. Option C, buyer's agent fees are now negotiable and must be agreed upon in writing. Option D is sellers prohibited. The correct answer is option C. Buyer's agent fees are now negotiable and must be agreed upon in writing. Buyers negotiate their agent's fees, which must be clearly agreed upon in writing before property tours. Question 87. Davis is a sub-agent of listing agent Luke. Who does Davis work for? Option A, buyer. Option B is seller. Option C, buyer and seller. Option D, Luke. The correct answer is option B, seller. A sub-agent of the listing agent works for the seller. Question 88. Only showing homes in a certain part of town to people of a certain nationality is called? Option A, panic selling. Option B, redlining. Option C, blockbusting. Option D is steering. The correct answer is option D, steering. Steering is an illegal fair housing violation where buyers are directed to or away from certain areas based on nationality. Question 89. A landlord tells a Hispanic man a unit is rented, but then schedules a showing for his white friend. This is discrimination based on? Option A, race. Option B, familial status. Option C, income. Option D, religion. The correct answer is option A, race. The landlord's differential treatment based on the applicant's backgrounds is discrimination based on race. Question 90. A broker advertising a coming soon property must ensure? Option A, paid in advance. Option B, seller verbally agrees. Option C, advertising coming soon listings are allowed and agreed to in writing. Option D, MLS doesn't find out. The correct answer is option C. Advertising coming soon listings are allowed and agreed to in writing. Coming soon listings require written authorization from the seller and must follow MLS rules. Question 91. A buyer purchases a home as is, but issues are found during inspection. Can they cancel? Option A, no. Option B, only if seller agrees. Option C, yes if there is an active inspection contingency. Option D, no unless. The correct answer is option C, yes if there is an active inspection contingency. An as-is sale dictates how the home is sold, but an active inspection contingency still allows the buyer to cancel if findings are unsatisfactory. Question 92. A buyer loses their job right before closing. What should they do? Option A, proceed. Option B, immediately notify the lender. Option C, tell lender after close. Option D, tell agent not lender. The correct answer is option B, immediately notify the lender. Buyers must disclose major financial changes. Losing a job affects approval and hiding it can result in mortgage fraud. Question 93. A seller wants to reject all offers from investors because they're in neighborhoods. The agent must? Option A, follow instructions. Option B, inform the seller this is potentially discriminatory and illegal. Option C, quietly avoid. Option D is screen buyers. The correct answer is option B, inform the seller this is potentially discriminatory and illegal. Refusing investors can violate fair housing if tied to assumptions about protected classes. Agents must educate clients on compliance. Question 94. A buyer asks if a neighborhood is mostly Christian. The agent should respond? Option A, yes. Option B, let's look at demographic data. Option C, I can't answer that but I can refer you to local crime statistics and census information. Option D, let's ask neighbors. The correct answer is option C. I can't answer that but I can refer you to local crime statistics and census information. Agents must avoid commenting on religious makeup to prevent steering, and instead refer buyers to objective third-party sources. Question 95. A buyer wants to write an offer contingent on selling their home, which isn't listed yet. The agent should? Option A, or recommend non-contingent. Option B, must sign listing. Option C, explain that a sale contingent offer is not as strong without a listed property. Option D, waste of time. The correct answer is option C, explain that a sale contingent offer is not as strong without a listed property. Sellers view unlisted contingent offers as high risk. A competent agent explains how contingencies affect offer strength. Question 96. Amanda closed a $525,000 home with a 5% total commission, a 50/50 co-broker split, and a 60% split with her broker. How much did she receive? Option A, $13,125. Option B, $7,875. Option C, $7,578. Option D, $15,750. The correct answer is option B, $7,875. $525,000 asterisk 5% equals $26,250. Split 50/50 equals $13,125. $13,125 asterisk 60% equals $7,875. Question 97. A new roof costs $7,500 with a 30-year economic life. What is its value after 5 years? Straight line depreciation. Option A, $1,250. Option B, $5,500. Option C, $6,250. Option D, $1,500. The correct answer is option C, $6,250. $7,500/30 equals $250 per year depreciation. $250 asterisk 5 years equals $1,250. $7,500 to $1,250 equals $6,250 value. Question 98. What must David do with earnest money received from a buyer? Option A, personal account. Option B, secure location. Option C, deposit the money in an escrow account. Option D, operating account. The correct answer is option C, deposit the money in an escrow account. All earnest money must be placed in a designated escrow account, not mixed with personal or operating accounts. Question 99. A buyer is under contract for $250,000, gets a $225,000 loan, and the home appraises at $255,000. What is the loan to value, LTV, ratio? Option A, 98%. Option B, 88%. Option C, 92%. Option D, 90%. The correct answer is option D, 90%. $225,000/$250,000 equals 0.90, 90%. Lenders base the LTV on the contract price or appraised value, whichever is less. Question 100. Annual property taxes are $1,300. Closing is April 10th, the 100th day of the year. Using the 365-day method, seller owns closing day. What is the seller's share? Option A, $356. Option B, $352. Option C, $359. Option D, $469. The correct answer is option A, $356. $1,300/365 equals 3.56 per day. 100 days asterisk 3.56 equals $356. Question 101. How many acres are in a lot that measures 250 x 325 feet? Option A, 1.66. Option B, 1.52. Option C, 1.86. Option D, 1.89. The correct answer is option C, 1.86. 250 asterisk 325 equals 81,250 square feet. 81,250/43,560 SQ feet in an acre equals 1.86 acres. Question 102. Sharon has a $100,000 loan at 6% annual interest. Her payments are $800 per month. How much of her first payment goes to principal? Option A, $600. Option B, $300. Option C, $500. Option D, $800. The correct answer is option B, $300. $100,000 asterisk 6% equals $6,000 annual interest. $6,000/12 equals $500 monthly interest. $800 payment, $500 interest equals $300 towards principal.